Hello guys, welcome to the market commentary for today, which is Friday, April 30th. Hopefully you guys have had a great trading week so far. And today we're going to go through the 3D market commentary. For those of you that haven't joined me before, I'll just explain very quickly what it is. Every day we send out an email to our free members with information on 5 of the major markets in the world, with statistics as to where it's likely to go, up, down, nowhere, and where it's likely to change direction. So we do these videos in the morning to just explain a little bit more as to how that works, where we got that information from, so it makes a bit more sense to you guys. So my name is Becky. My email address is there, Becky@tradictive.com. There we go. There it is, Becky@tradictive.com. There's also tradewithufos.com/Becky. I'm just going to take you to that and show you how that works. So this is where you can sign up to get your free Trade with UFOs membership. You can, again, like I said, you can sign up and get the email that I'm about to go through every day. You'll get recordings of the YouTube sessions that we do, reminders of the YouTube sessions that we do, and you'll be able to come down here and ask a question in a public space. So if you have a question, I'd rather you ask it here, and that's only because other people get to see the answer. So everybody can learn in the community. If you have a question, it might be that somebody else has already asked it, and you can come and check out the answer down here. Or it might be that it's new, in which case you're doing somebody else the favour a little bit later down the line for them to get the answer to that question as well. Now, just to come back to main screen here and just highlight those disclaimers. So of course, disclaimers are legally necessary, but it's also important for you guys to understand that when we do these kind of videos, they're demonstrations of how we think about the markets, demonstration of how we use the technology. It may be you don't like it at all and you ignore it completely. That's fine. It may be that you think it makes sense and you start and to trade accordingly with that. This is just a demonstration of how we do things. Okay, so let's move along and I will show you that email that we go through. So this is what and relates with market data. So I'm just going to squish price a little bit here, make it a bit easier for us to see that. There we go. Okay, so we call it the 3D market commentary and say it's a 3D approach because we go through 3 separate elements. First one, market climate. Essentially, Where are the probabilities, up or down? As it says there, upcoming market direction. Do we want to buy? Do we want to sell? Or do we want to do nothing? Now we use an app to help us with this, AutoClimate app. It's a free app. Like I said, you can use it for free, download it for free. And what that app does is it's running through market data, and it's coming back and telling us where the probabilities lie, up, down, or nowhere. If it's a thick blue dot there on the AutoClimate, that tells us probability upwards. So we should be looking to buy or looking to go long. If it's a thick red dot like this one here, that tells us probability to the downside. We should be looking to sell. If it's a thin dot of either colour, the fact that it's thin is AutoClimate telling us, hey, not enough probabilities either way, don't do anything. Kind of ignore the colour in that case, even though it's thin. So we use AutoClimate to help us with that. We're using technology to help us be objective here. Just highlight that again. To help us be objective here to figure out whether or not we're going to buy or sell, or do nothing. Now, just because we decide to buy or sell doesn't mean we just buy or sell in the middle of nowhere, whatever the price is right now. That would be subjective. We're trying to be objective. So we use further technology here, our buy and sell UFOs, or otherwise known as unfilled orders, to give us an idea of where we're going to buy and sell. Now, why do we use this? This is our AutoUFO technology here, and it's showing us what looks like little flying saucers. Now, of course, they're not, I know they're called UFOs, but they are not flying saucers, they are unfilled orders. Now, why are they important? Because they are showing us, in this case, the green UFOs, are showing us where we have buy orders. If we want to buy, we'd rather buy where there's lots of other buying going on, because then it's more likely to beat the sellers and push price up. If we want to sell where there's lots of other selling going on, because that's going to beat the buyers and push price down. So we want to make sure that we get in and out, that we buy and sell, specifically at areas where it has higher probability to go the direction we want it to go in, which in this case with our buy orders would be pushed to the upside. So we would expect that if price were to hit this stack of buy orders, it would go up from there. That's what we would expect. Now, last thing that we look at is market volatility. That gives us an idea of risk to reward. Volatility essentially means how quickly something moves. So if we have high volatility, that can increase the risk. It can also increase the reward. If we have low volatility, it can decrease the risk. It can also decrease the reward. Neither one of those are right or wrong. It depends how you feel about risk tolerance as a trader. But again, we'll go through that per market. Now, each of these markets, we're looking at a daily chart. That's what we have up here, a daily chart. Of course, different things happen on different time frames. You might trade much bigger or much smaller time frames, in which case these things are different. On a daily chart, that's somewhere in the middle. So hopefully that helps you guys out, regardless of which way you trade. So let's go to the first market. The first market is the S&P 500. We're going to be looking at the ES, which is the futures contract for it. If you don't understand what that is, essentially we are looking at a representation of US stocks. Okay, so first things first, our AutoClimate. We have a confirmed upwards climate, probability there to the upside. Now usually this market would go up for 9 candles. I know that says 8.78, but I'm rounding it up. Goes up for 9 candles. And we're on candle number 5. So that tells us that we have probability of a continuous move up based on what usually happens. Now, of course, we can fall short of what usually happens. We can go past what usually happens. That's how we end up with an average somewhere in between. Just gives us an idea of what's more likely to occur. So in this case, we do have probability of a continuous move up based on usual behavior. Now, buy and sell UFOs, as we know, no sell UFOs above us. We haven't seen any red UFOs yet. We do have buy UFOs just here at 40.76 to 40.52.25. Now, in terms of volatility, we expect movement up or down in one day of 47.11 points. In 1 week, it's up or down of 103.70 points. And in 1 month, up or down of 115.87 points. So again, these are volatility figures taken from the options pricing that gives us an idea of what we can expect up or down. Now, in order to figure out in which direction that's more likely to happen, that's where we use our climate and our UFOs to help us figure that out. At the moment with the S&P, we've got overall probability there to the upside. Okay, moving on to the next market, which is oil. Now, in the meantime, as that loads, you'll see there that it says about browsing and registering for courses that we offer. Now we offer courses in futures, stocks, forex, back testing, trading plans, psychology as well. Now, a lot of our courses come with 3-month complimentary access to the UFOs. Now, AutoClimate is a free app on most of the platforms you can use it on. AutoUFOs is a paid-for app. For example, TradingView is $34 per month. Now, some of our courses are a one-off fee of $89 or a one-off fee of $34, which means that if you'd like to just get the UFOs, it might actually be cheaper for the first 3 months for you to get it as part of a course. So you might want to just look at which courses make more sense for you, which courses are more cost effective in that way, and that way you get cheaper access to the UFOs as well. Okay, so crude oil. We have a confirmed upwards climate on oil. Thick blue dot there, probability to the upside. Usually the market goes up for 7 candles. Again, I know it says 6.49. You can't have 0.9 of a candle, so I'm going to assume that's 1 candle. So 7 candles usually goes up, and we're on candle number 5. So again, that tells us we have probability of a continuous move up, at least for the next couple of days there, based on what usually happens. Buy and sell UFOs. These are our first stack of sell orders that we've seen in red ones at 69.90 to 68.46. That's where we have sell orders. We have buy orders. Let me just recolor that again. It's not highlighting for some reason. We have buy orders here at 62.43 to 60.61. There was a different price here, which means we would have had buy orders around about here, but they've gone now. So again, these orders can be filled. Once sellers come in and take away the buy orders, the app will no longer show that stack of buy orders because it's no longer there. So it looks like that's happened very recently. The next one that we actually have on the chart there, 62.43. Price hit orders is going to go up from there. Again, overall probability to the upside there with oil. With volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 day of 1.47 points. In 1 week, it would be up or down of 3.24 points. And in 1 month, it would be up or down of 6.74 points. So again, overall there, probability to the upside with oil. Okay, as I said, you can subscribe directly to the UFOs. You don't have to do a course. Like I said, TradingView is $34 per month. TradeStation is $89 per month. They have different features available. But like I said, you can get the AutoUFOs as part of our courses, included for 3 months anyway. So check that out, see again which one works out more cost effective for you, depending on what you need. So gold is the next market. With this one, we have, oh no, I haven't changed the market yet, that's why, I was getting confused. There we go, so gold. That makes more sense. So gold, we have an unconfirmed downwards climate. So again, it doesn't really matter that it's red, it doesn't matter that it says down. What's most important is that it says it's unconfirmed, meaning not enough probabilities either way, meaning we do nothing. We change market, we change time frame. We don't need to trade a market that doesn't have probabilities one way or the other. That's more of a gamble. We'd rather place trades where we have probability of it working out for us. And at the moment, we don't have probability there with gold. In terms of buy and sell UFOs, we have this stack of sell orders here at 1831.5 to 1810.1. Again, they've already worked. The price came out of that UFO, came back in, hit the stack of sell orders, and fell from there. That's what we would expect sell orders to do, is push price down. Buy orders push price up. So these sell UFOs work to push price down. That's why we want to know where they are, so that we can use those numbers as our entry price. Now, our buy UFOs are down here, 1652.8 to 1624.4. Now we're kind of here, closer to the stack of sell orders, but not really close enough to either of those stack of orders in order to see real movement today, I would imagine. At the moment, unconfirmed climate, so I would keep away from gold on a daily chart. Change time frame, change market. With volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 day of 16.19 points. In 1 week, it would be 35.64 up or down. And in 1 month, it would be 74.20 up or down. Okay, so just to scroll down a little bit here, of course you may be watching this video on YouTube or Facebook, and we do a lot of sessions for free on those kind of places. You can join us on YouTube sessions that are in stocks, futures, forex, options, psychology, methodology pieces as well. So we do a lot for YouTube on free on YouTube for free that can help you out. We also have a closed coaching community, which is $21 per month, where you get access to more of our time in a closed environment. So depending on what makes more sense for you, those are your options that you have available. Okay, so moving on to the next market, which is the most influential market in the world, the US dollar. It's responsible for about 80% of transactions worldwide every single day. So if you don't trade it, you don't need to, but be aware of it. It's going to impact all the other markets we've looked at and then some. So market climate, we have a confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot there, probability downwards on a dollar. Now usually, US dollar goes down for 6 candles, and we're on candle number 18. So that tells us that we have gone 3 times past what is usual, which means we're more likely to see it change direction and less likely to see it continue. Now that's also being backed up by our buy and sell UFOs. We have buy UFOs here at 90.445 to 89.795, and price has come in, hit that stack of buy orders, and it's starting to move up from now. That's what we would expect. We expect buy orders to push price up, and that's exactly what they've done, telling us exactly which range of price we would expect that to happen. So it's hit a stack of buy orders and started to move up, and it's gone way past what is usual in terms of its climate. So I would expect on the dollar that we're going to start to see a change in direction. Might be that the climate, is really, really strong and continues going past what's usual for a little while longer. But statistically speaking, we'd expect a change in direction for the dollar to move to the upside. Now with market volatility, we would expect movement up or down in one day of 0.31 points. In 1 week, it would be up or down of 0.69 points. And in 1 month, it would be up or down of 1.44 points. Again, overall there with the dollar, climate is still to the downside, but we would expect a change based on it going way over what's normal and hitting a stack of buy orders that are already pushing it up. Okay, next market, which is Bitcoin, backed Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is a slightly newer market, of course. We have less data on this than we do the other markets. And what that means is we can see that we have a confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot, probability downwards, great. But we can't see how long that usually happens for, because we don't know how long it usually happens for, because it's not been around long enough to say what normally happens or what doesn't. So just bear that in mind with Bitcoin. Yes, we've got a downwards climate, we're on candle number 9 to the downside, but we don't know whether or not that's usual or whether or not that's gone past what's usual. So just bear that in mind, a bit in the dark with that. Now buy and sell UFOs, I'm just going to squidge price so we can see them better. Okay, buy and sell UFOs. We have sell orders at 65,000 even to 61,120, and we have buy UFOs just here at 39,157.5 to 32,192.5. Now we're kind of in the middle, closer to the stack of sell orders, but it's a big range that we can move in before we hit orders that could push it one way or the other, which means I wouldn't be surprised to see volatility there increase on Bitcoin. So volatility wise, we would expect movement up or down in 1 day, 2,678.85. In 1 week, it would be up or down of 5,897.21. In 1 month, it would be up or down of 12,276.01. So again, with Bitcoin, it's normally more volatile anyway, being a cryptocurrency, and we would expect more volatility given that it doesn't have a lot of direction based on the UFOs at the moment. Now, what we do have is a confirmed downwards climate. So overall probability there to the downside at the moment with Bitcoin. But like I said, we expect volatility in this just normally anyway, let alone the state of it at the moment. Now, volatility is not good or bad, it's how you feel about it. It could be something that goes in your favor if you like markets to move quickly. Could be something that scares you if you're a little bit more risk averse. Up to you to decide what works there best for you. Another way you can do this is to come to FX Street Economic Calendar, filter by high impact news, so that you can see the scheduled reporting that's likely to cause an impact on the market. So again, you can choose to keep away from those markets if you'd like. You can choose to move towards them if that's better for you, or you might do something in between, like reduce your risk percentage per trade or reduce the amount of trades that you place. So again, we filter by high impact news there for, well, for many markets. You would just filter by the countries of the stocks that you trade or the currencies that you trade. So again, you can be more tailored there. Okay, so any questions? If you're thinking, well, hold on, I didn't really want a course, but actually if it's going to be cheaper for the first 3 months for me to use the AutoUFOs, then perhaps I want to go and take a course, and I might as well take one that makes the most sense to me. So I need to talk to somebody about that. You can self-schedule a clarification call to speak to one of our experts to figure out which course might work better. You might think, well, I'll take a course, but then I'm not really sure if I really want the apps. Maybe I'll just use the free membership or the free apps. How do I download those? Again, you can talk to somebody about that, self-schedule a clarification call. Any other questions on the stuff that I've covered today, you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky, set yourself up with a free membership here, and then come down and ask a question in this space so that other people can see the answer and the whole community learn together. You can also email me if you really need, Becky@TRADDICTIV.com. Okay, so that's the end of the session today and the end of the market commentaries for the week. So we will see you guys in upcoming sessions. I'll be back on Monday morning with market commentary for Monday. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy your last day of the week as a trader.